It's the first race day of the NGL World Biathlon League, the first league I personally know that exists in NGL Biathlon 2026. We start with a sprint and a following pursuit in Antals, and we start with Division 2. Division 2 was the first division to actually start at 5 p.m. It was, if I remember correctly. There were some second chances, so there were some extra lobbies, kind of. And this isn't one of them. That is the main lobby right here that we can see. And then we go to the second checkpoint of the track. My time actually doesn't count because I'm in Division 1, so I'm just racing there to record everything. And as we see on the minimap, Norman is soon to be at the shooting stand, and Socket already is the fastest and has a 2 seconds time gap to everyone else, and Upland is even 2/10 faster. We already can see Norman shooting right in the in the lower right hand corner, and Blue also is shooting with 3 hits, with 4 hits, and the 5th can't follow. He shoots 1 penalty lap, which gets him about 8 seconds of a time gap that is created by it, and we see already Socket and Upland, the two super fast French shooting, and Socket was able to clean the sheet, and Upland, with the few hits he could potentially have, cleans all targets too. Blue, with 8 seconds behind Norman, already has a big disadvantage. If everyone else hits all 5 targets at the next shooting, he will be dead last in the division until that specific point. Will Upland is 1.6 seconds ahead. Now we get to the second shooting. It's the only standing shooting we have, and Norman starts. We can see that Upland and Socket both got way faster on the second lap and have a big gap to Norman, who cleans out all targets. Now Blue is there, Tessier comes, and Socket comes too. Blue hits the first. He has to clean all to have a good chance at the pursuit, and he is able to hit all 5 targets. And Socket can follow him, and Upland with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th hit to follow with a fast shooting time. Socket gets ahead first before Norman, and we see Will Upland just ahead of Socket, and he is even faster. Now we get close to the finish line. Blue is there, but he can't really follow. His 1 penalty lap he had is costing him a lot. And Will Upland plus Socket, who passed by right on the right side already, is able to catch Blue and get a 20 seconds advantage over him. And we see Upland, the race winner for Division 2, entering the finish line just there. Fast forward to the pursuit, we already can see that Upland and Socket already are at the shooting stand. Upland definitely has to shoot a penalty lap for Socket to have the opportunity to catch him, but both clean for the first shooting. Norman and Blue will follow soon, and Norman also cleans all targets, leaving the pressure on Blue to succeed. And Blue can't handle the pressure really, and he starts off with another penalty lap, which is really stressful for Blue, because he will have a big problem later down the line if he wants to get ahead of Norman and not be dead last of Division 2 for this race day in this specific lobby. We can see Socket has 3 seconds of a time gap to Upland if he can catch up. Most likely not, but we will definitely see that in the future. Now to the second shooting. It's the last sprint shooting of the race day for these guys. Upland and Socket both are pretty equal. Socket got a bit faster on track, but he gets one penalty lap, and Upland has a comfortable um, time gap to the back to Socket, and Norman shoots a penalty lap too, so he can't succeed. Even though he had the opportunity if he shot zero to go for the second place for Socket. Now we have the little problem that we can't see Blue and Norman because they just got erased by a game bug, but we can see Uplin cleaning all targets for the race win because we skipped the first standing shoot because it wasn't interesting, nothing happened, and Socket got another penalty lap, but he can allow himself that because Norman is just too far behind. He can't connect, and he isn't fast enough on the skis to pressure Socket into doing more mistakes, so Norman could take the second place. But now, if Norman shoots one or two penalty laps, Blue will have a big problem. Socket with 21 seconds of a time gap to the front has a little problem, and we can see that on shoot 3, which is Norman's shooting stand, he got cleaned. And there we can see the official results when on the ski time Socket just destroyed everything. Uplin had a little bit of time advantage, and in the end, because of Socket's two mistakes, he was able to finish first. Now we're seeing the Division 1 race with me starting, and my time this time counts, and we head fast forward to the first downhill, and somehow I raced into the barrier, or at least nearly into the barrier. I have absolutely no idea how this really happened, but my time gap that I ran out on the first kilometer definitely won't last to the shooting. Now at the shooting stand, it's going to be a prone shooting, and we already can see that there is a very fast skier already overtaking another athlete in Division 1, at least it seems like with the close gap they two have. But our shooting is slow, but it works, cleaning all targets and having a chance to still get on the podium. But Sky also cleans and might be a bit faster. Canteline almost overtook Captain on the first lap already. We can see that Sky is 3 seconds ahead of us just because of our little downhill crash and a pretty poor shooting time. Canteline at the shooting stand cleaning all targets, already cementing himself as one of the favorites to win the race, and Kartao, one of the best shooters in the game, cleans all targets. By the way, hard was played on hard mode, and so Division 2 was playing in hard, and we play in insane. And now we're in the downhill, and somehow we crashed again just into the barrier. I have absolutely no idea what this bug was, and I can't really tell, even with the power of hindsight. Now at the standing shooting off the sprint, we could see that Sky is very close to us. And Captain is the one you see right at the back. He is already out of today's race. We can see that Sky takes his time to clean all targets. But he does, and he just follows us. Yeah, he was able to match a lot of time just because of his better downhill position. And 8 seconds is not able to get back on, and Canteline risks a lot to secure the victory today, but he isn't able with 2 penalty laps to go. He might end up behind Tessier. We can see Cardao cleaning all targets, so we have a fight between Sky and Cardao for the win of the first race of the sprint race. And at the checkpoint, we can see that we ran a little bit faster than Sky on the last lap till that exact point. Captain has still his shooting to come. Now nearly at the finish line, we can see that it is a close battle. It's just 6 tenths between Sky and Cardao. We try to get all the time we could, potentially for the push speed that is following next, and spamming all we have. And Sky also has to ski for every bit of a second he could potentially get. We set the time at 6:46.2. Sky is 7 seconds and 4 tenths faster. And now we see Cardao. Will he win, or was Sky able to get the last few seconds on the last lap? He's in the downhill position, goes out early, and sprints towards the finish line with Cantillane just behind him. Could he potentially do it? He has 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.6 seconds left at the finish line, and Cantillane beaten man for today, at least for the sprint race. Maybe he will come back in the sprint, in the pursuit. Captain gets 5th. We could see that Sky wasn't able to join the pursuit due to some technical issues, so his race will be later. I'll tell you later at what place he ended up. So we could see we were supposed to start, but because I was chatting and organizing some things because Sky wasn't able to join the lobby, I have a little bit of a delayed start. I tried, or I thought at least, about getting Yorok if he shoots a penalty lap, if there was any possibility, and now we should dare to fight for, in this race, 2nd position. Kartao shoots 3, shoots 4, and cleans once again all targets like he did in sprint. And now we have a little head-to-head shooting against Cantillane. Both have pretty decent shooting time, shooting a pretty fast series. Cantillane took his time for the last shot, so I was able, or Tessie was able, to get a bit of a time gap back. Now at the second shooting, it's the last shooting of the day for Katao. He is once again in prone position, shooting very fast shots, cleaning all targets. And we once again have the little battle against Cantillane. We now have a shot more of an advantage, but we tried too much. We tried to pressure him too much. Cantillane shoots 0, and we were not able to clean all targets, making one penalty lap and make it nearly impossible to get anywhere near Cantillane. We have a 3 seconds time gap to Cantillane. Meanwhile, Kartao cleaned all targets and just has 5 targets to go to win the race. Cantillane has all the time he needs to clean all targets. Yeah, and he does. Cantillane with 0, and we shoot 0-2. So it's still about a 5-second time gap to Cantillane before the last shooting. If Cantillane secures the 2nd place, he has to shoot 0. He has to shoot so fast he isn't able to get it on track or at the shooting stand, so he needs to hope that Cantillane will do a miss Cardao, cleaning 30 out of 30 targets and winning the day. And Cantillane shoots pretty fast, but wasn't able to hit the last shot. Tessier with a pretty fast shooting, and he now has the pole position for the last lap. Can Cantillane come back? We see that Kartao now reaches the finish line on the left on the minimap, and we could see Cantillane wasn't able to get anywhere near us on the last lap. He had the fastest last lap, but he wasn't able to come close enough to secure the race's 2nd place. But will this be it? We can see that Captain is still to go. He is a lapped athlete. With now seeing the stats, we were able to hold our 5 seconds gap we had from the sprint. We had actually a 7 seconds gap, and in ski time we had our little problems and lost 5 seconds on the first lap. But somehow we were able to perform, and Sky had his race right after for the pursuit, and he was able to secure the till that place second place. We thought every lobby is over, but we had a little newcomer that was able to shock everybody, and his name is Holicek. He was able to shoot zero. He's a very fast skier, at least it seems like, because he was able to get away from me. He is indeed a very fast shooter, and if he shoots zero, he has best chances to achieve something big here. Don't care about my shooting, my race result won't count, but Holicek has 5 shots and 5 hits in standing shooting, making it a 10 out of 10, and with the time of 4:22.4, he is the fastest one to that point. Nearly reaching the finish line, he is able to win the first sprint of the league. Is he faster than the Estonian super shooter Jarok? Yes, he is. He has a time of 6:29.6, making him the fastest guy of the day. The fastest guy of Division 1. And he has his first win in this league. But something you shouldn't forget, the pursuit is coming too. And if he cleans all targets, then he will indeed win the pursuit too. And you see this amazing skiing time and 8.2 shooting time is incredible, and he deserved his sprint win. And as you were able to see for a split of a second, he shot 4 times 0 and hitting everything, and adding that up with the time gap he has from the sprint, he gets the another win, making him a 2-time winner of the league after just 2 races, with a time of 8:41.7, marking his dominance. And he will be the guy to beat in the following upcoming races. As we can see, these are the current standings after 2 out of 14 competitions in the NGL Biathlon World Biathlon League. We see the double winner Flippeek at the top with the 180 maximum points. We see Epicurieux from Division 2 winning both races, but getting only 90% because they played on hard with 162 points, and Yarok, the already seemed winner of the Division 1 race with 115 points. A bit underwhelming, Golifu, with too many mistakes. He was only able to get 100 points and is a bit behind, but we will see what will happen in the second race day when we go again to Antals for the individual race.